which is very popular. 2 wine glasses and a carafe. Let's see, $240. You get the Stephanie Miller Show fleece jacket. Oh, I'll go put one on in a minute. We have one here and people love it. And let's see, the Stephanie Miller Show whore bag for a $360 tax deductible year-end donation. You get the Stephanie Miller Show wine set whore bag scarf set. It's an extra long scarf.
Ooh, good for wintertime.
Right. Is there an actual whore in the whore bag?
And the $1,000 lunch. Okay, so freespeech.org, or you can call number 1-877-378-8669 to make a donation to stand with your network, Free Speech TV. As you know, we were homeless after Current TV went off the air.
Wandering the wasteland.
Right, and now look at us, warm, cozy, snacks.
Waifs looking in the windows.
Right.
Like a little match girl.
Right. Now we're not. We're warm and cozy. We have snacks. And Free Speech TV gave us a home. So tell them thank you to keep Mama and the Mooks on the air. Do it now. Do it now. Freespeech.org or 1-877-378-8669. Freespeech.org. We love you. Michael Tomasky, as usual, has a very, very piece on what is going on. The most powerful Democrat in America is the name of the piece. Hello. Good morning, Michael Tomasky.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Obviously, everybody talking about Elizabeth Warren this week. You say Elizabeth Warren's weekend heroics have endeared her even more to the Democratic base. You say it's time that Hillary started getting worried. Explain what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure that she will run for president, but I do think, I guess, that she wants her ideas, her economic views and positions to be taken seriously inside her party and by its standard bearer. And I guess if she sees that happening, then she probably won't run. But if she doesn't see that happening, she might run because, why wouldn't she? She commands a huge following, a lot of attention. And I guess I'm saying if she decides at the end of the day that getting her views to become accepted more widely in the party, if she decides that running is the best way to do that, then I think she may still.
I confess to having I feel like an insider's view of this. I could be wrong, but, Charlie Pierce is obviously one of our other regulars, and he's very close to her. And he has just said it exhaustively, Michael, that she is not going to run, that she has said unequivocally, and that she's not going to run. But I think the point of your piece is interesting. You say, because you say that's probably correct, that she's not going to challenge Clinton. You say, but Warren is well aware of how adoring and numerous her followers are and how much leverage that gives her in the party, and what she wants is to push the party to embrace her economic views. And I think that's the larger point, is that Hillary Clinton, I have a feeling, does hear, don't you? I mean, I have a feeling she obviously she has not been oblivious to what's been happening this last week, right?
Yeah. I mean, she certainly hears. The question is, what's she going to do?
Stephanie Miller.
The dude in red's back at the bowl of north where everything is old. But if he were right here tonight, he'd say, Merry Christmas.
Hey. Hey.
A good night.
Hey.
Okay.
Party. It's 1977.
All right.
I'm straight.
All right. Jason Stewart live
I'm at a
studio.
disco and I'm straight. I'm hitting on Stephanie Miller. And she's going, yeah, touch me later. I'll go out with him.
Neither one of you will touch each other.
No.
But we'd be dancing together. She'd be wearing a little wraparound skirt and a halter top and
I'd
some
be
really
doing a little,
big
the bump.
earrings.
We'd be doing the bump.
Your hair would be sprayed like this on the
James
sides.
James tweets, Jason Stewart, great to hear you on SM Show. From what I've heard through mutual friends, you're a great guy.
Wow. Is he single?
Keep on going, champ. He called you champ.
He called you champ.
What's his name?
James.
Oh, email me, Dave.
Speaking of love,
James.
More importantly, love for us.
Oh.
Dean from Santa Monica, dear Steph, last night, as I did last year, I donated $1,200 to Free Speech TV.
Yay!
Oh my God.
When paying online at freespeech.org, I chose to maximize my donation. In other words, I requested no swag in exchange for my donation. That my entire donation will be tax deductible.
Wow.
Just a giver, not a taker at all.
That's
We
really,
don't even understand that concept, Dean, but thank you.
that's incredible.
Last day, actually, well, the fund drive ends up Sunday, but tomorrow's our last day on the air.
Yes.
Do it.
In
Do it.
2014, you will be back in January.
Yes.
People know that.
Yes.
Sunday is your last day on the air.
Yes.
That's not a good thing to say.
Yes.
They will be back, and everyone will be here, and the guy that does the impressions, and other cute people, and
Right.
and stuff, and people that are just, and everybody
people,
very, very
indeed.
attractive. And maybe Aisha Tyler one day if she comes in and
well,
you know.
If
she's
she-
the busiest woman in the world.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, yes. And tomorrow, Fridays with Frangela and John Fugelsang. A comedy explosion on the big show tomorrow.
Frangela?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I used to love those gals.
Well,
You can still love them.
love them.
Oh, I think they were so great.
All right. We talked about Bill Cosby with you yet?
Oh my God.
Even Kathy Lee Gifford revealed that he once tried to kiss her.
I got to say, I feel a little sad. He never came on to me, and it's
me
just
neither.
you know, I would have loved that just so I could have gotten a show and then reported him.
Yes. Yes.
Is it you? I guess. Do you guys think it's true? What do you think? I mean,
God, yes.
how
I
can
think
it
so.
not be?
Oh, God.
I
yes.
think so.
I
Yeah.
mean, but what's really fascinating is he's been getting it away with this for so many years. And can a civil case go? Do you guys know anything about law?
I don't know. The civil case, I think.
It can still go. Yeah.
But nobody's doing it. Is there anybody doing a civil case against him?
Yeah, his daughter.
Is
No.
His daughter thinks women who accused him of rape should go to prison. That's an interesting
well,
point
maybe
of view.
she's obviously the wife and the daughter and in denial, and there's a check coming. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's really, it's. I mean, we can all joke about it, but it's really, really sad.
Yeah. By the way, did you see, Chris, Stephen Collins came out yesterday and
Oh
Yeah.
God!
Hey.
And said that.
Now, what exactly
made mistakes in the
happened? He
past.
touched a girl, right? He didn't
he-
have sex with them.
he admitted to inappropriate sexual behavior with young girls.
Okay, wait. Say that first. Inappropriate sexual behavior.
Yes.
It's not rape or
No,
you know. So
he
it's a little.
exposed himself, I
Yeah.
think, and
Which is, it's inappropriate.
Yeah, but it's
TMZ
way not as bad as raping a child. Or,
TMZ released an audio recording. This is also weird, in which he reveals his history of sexual misconduct to his then wife, Faye Grant, in a 2012 therapy session that she recorded without his or the therapist's knowledge. So that, I mean, he said 40 years ago, I did something terribly wrong that I deeply regret. I've been working to atone for it ever since.
So he did think 40 years. I'm not making an excuse. 40
No,
years
I-
ago, and then 20 years ago, he talked about it, and then it comes out 20 years later. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a very, very
Is there a
hard
statute
one.
of limitations on something like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think there should be.
But he's going to be on 2020 this week to talk about it.
Yeah, he was on with Katie Couric.
But his
Yeah.
career is ruined,
His career and
the money for his family.
well, and also everybody who was on Seventh Heaven with him.
I did a movie with Catherine Hicks, and she's one of the most lovely gals that I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And it was a very low budget movie, and she was so sweet. And you know, this for an actor and actresses over 40, this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
This is an incredible amount of money.
And
for
now,
musicians.
there's not any more money because Seventh Heaven has been pulled from everything.
This is wrong.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody that knows people there, please put that damn show back on for them.
Let's do
Just cut his scenes.
Bobby in
Yeah.
Oregon. Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Chris.
Hello.
And
Jason.
Jason.
I know. Hi, Jason. Hey, Stephanie, y'all were talking about Raul Castro, and everybody seems to forget that a couple years ago at Nelson Mandela's funeral, Raul Castro actually went up and shook President Obama's hand.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show, and the Republicans made a big deal about it. But
Yeah.
I wanted
Just
to
a
bring that up.
handshaking.
Thank y'all.
What's that? What? Oh, sorry, Bobby. Go ahead. What? Oh.
No, I said I just wanted to bring that up, and,
Yep.
and thank you for bringing so much happiness to my mornings.
A lot of people are saying that handshake was the beginning of all of this.
Yeah.
It might have been the beginning of all of the the thawing of relations.
Republicans might want to check into it, Bobby. Touching the president, not so bad. Black doesn't
Well, he's not the
wear
president
off.
to them. Remember, he's Mr. Obama to them.
Yeah. Oy vey.
I got to say,
right.
if there are any Republicans out there listening to your show, and I bet not, they should go to there's a website called What Obama Did.
Right.
.com, and this is a president that has done so much.
I know. I know.
And on a show last night I just listened to, they said, "God, we have the worst group of people on the other side. Nothing has happened."
Yeah. Well,
How is this allowed? If you just didn't show up to your
Right.
job every week, and just showed up like.
and you mentioned, this, which I've mentioned a time or two, Chris, the historic disrespect for this president.
Yes.
But a Fox News editor said that Obama is in the honey boo boo phase of his career, in which he does whatever he wants. What?
He is the president.
Fox News digital whoever, I don't know, reacted to the news.
Some editor, yeah.
Yeah, somebody. That President Obama had authorized a prisoner swap with Cuba by comparing the commander-in-chief to Honey Boo Boo.
Could you imagine if that was done to Reagan,
Right.
in the 80s?
He said, I think part of it is he's entering this sort of honey boo boo phase of the Obama presidency in which he does what he wants. And he's not going to be constrained by elections. He's not going to be constrained by voters. This will go into the history books as something really
historical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Historic and I think great.
What is it, 54 years of nothing happening?
Yeah, exactly.
54 years of us just going, let's not do anything. Let's keep doing it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is what I get annoyed sometimes with even our fellow gays that will say, have criticized him. I'm like, we have achieved more on gay rights under this president than every other president combined. And
He actually said, that he was not going to go against any of the states that are actually trying to take gay marriage away from us. He will not go against that. That is pretty amazing because he does not have control of all the states.
Right.
There's a whole process we have in this country that people can't just go in and do whatever they want.
Right.
Except for the Koch brothers.
Right. Oh, by the way, Chris, NASA has confirmed what we already know, and that is that people from Florida are generally NASA satellite spotting garish Christmas decorations from space. Florida is the worst offender. It's a whole entire state of Clark Griswold's.
There isn't a specific city or anything, or just the whole state. We're going to cut it off. Cut it off like a bad dress.
We love you, Jason Stewart. Follow Jason Stewart.
JasonStewart.com, STUART. And follow Stephanie Miller now she's going to be on repeats, I guess. You'll see the best of, right?
I'll be here tomorrow, everybody, on the Stephanie Miller Show. We love you, Jason.
We love you.
To put 1,500 peddlers out on the street.
Please.
There are children dying of diabetes.
The demand is not high enough.
That's absolute nonsense.
We need to start producing stuff here. Focus on thrift and conservation. And focus on restoring ecological...
Tom Hartman here on the best of the rest of science and green news. You need to know this. Last week, 15,000 people took to the streets of Lima, Peru to demand climate justice. As world leaders were wrapping up their final days at the UN Climate Summit, activists took part in the massive March in Defense of Mother Earth. That march was modeled after the People's Climate March, which took place in New York City earlier this year, and it shared the same goal. Organizers and activists want to pressure world leaders to act on climate change and want to mobilize more people around the planet to get involved in this fight. In an interview last week with Democracy Now!, Pablo Solán, Bolivia's former chief negotiator on climate change, explained the next steps in the climate movement. He said, what we need to do is not only have a march like in New York, the People's Climate March, that says take action, but we have to be more concrete. What kind of action do we want? End quote. Rather than just calling for climate action, these protesters are demanding an end fossil fuel extraction, an expansion of renewable energy,
Good morning, everybody. What do you say? What do you say? Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. We've got a lot to talk about today.
What does the end look like?
This is not a joke. A lot of progress has been made, but the problem is going to get bigger.
What kind of a country are we?
This has become really a national conversation, as it should.
This election ain't over yet.
There's just going to be a ton of money spent there, and we'll see how it shakes out.
The numbers are pretty